can fly.
Good morning. Emily wakes up so early because she works on a coal mine, so she's got to get there. You're what?
I'm really early today.
Okay, so I'm going to do a workout commentary and a soccer commentary today. So if you guys remember, I did 225 for squats the first day, but I misread my sheet. I should have been doing 205. So this is 210 pounds. 5 pounds up from 205. So this felt a lot easier today than that first day because I messed up. So that was 5 sets of 5 reps of that. Then we went on to deadlifts. And deadlifts, I did 250 pounds for 5 sets of 5 reps. And this one was really hard for me. This is the first time I've actually done multiple reps of deadlifts in a long time. So I was pretty wiped out after this deadlifting session, but it was good. Then after the deadlifts, 5 sets of 5 reps, we went on to the shoulder press, just overhead press. And I'm doing 115 pounds here, 5 sets of 5 reps, same thing, super simple programming. And that's all we did, just those 3 exercises. But it was just very heavy weight, and it was very, very challenging. Next, it was really, really windy and rainy outside, and you actually can do a great session indoors. And people always ask me, can you train indoors and still improve your game? There's no difference. Training indoors, training outdoors, it doesn't matter. You're going to improve. So anyway, so I had my dad bounce in balls to me and for me to work on controlling it inside this box, and I would play it back to him. So I'm using any parts of my body and just really just trying to dead the ball, kill the ball quickly. I then had him just throw the ball so it would land inside this square. I just worked on just killing the ball. If you want to work on your first touch, do it on a hardwood surface or a concrete surface, because you will see exactly how bad your touch is versus on grass. Grass and turf is kind of forgiving. If you're doing hardwood, you really see how good that you can kill the ball. So I'm just working on just using my toe to just soften it so it just lands perfect. And this is something that was one of my biggest weaknesses, and now it's one of my biggest strengths because I've worked so hard on it over the last 2-3 years, all through college and as a semi-professional player. I worked on this because this was my biggest weakness, and now it's my strength. It's the same thing that's going to happen with my crosses. My crosses right now are my weakness, and a lot of you guys are commenting that they're really bad and that they need to improve, and you're telling me how to do it. It's not that I don't know how to do it, it's just that it's going to take work, just like anything else. And it's not like there's no secret to it. I know that I should be using the inside of my foot. I know I'm supposed to wrap around the ball, but it's just going to take that time and that effort to go outside every day and work on it. So that's the whole point of this. And so it's the same concept over no matter what. And that's one thing. If you guys can take one thing away from my channel, that's what I want you to take away. If you want to improve anything, whether it's even in soccer or in life, all you have to do is work at it. And so it's the same with the first touch, it's the same with crossing. I'm just working at it. So this is a really good drill. It's like an octagon or a hexagon. It's an octagon. And so basically I'm taking a touch through each side of the octagon with my right foot. So now I'm going out the back, I come in, I pass it back. Then he's going to play me back, and now I'm going out the bottom right. I tap it through, can come back in and play back. And I'm working my way around the entire octagon, and it's just basically a really good way to take that first touch into space. So this is a great drill. I would highly recommend it if you guys want to work on your first touch. And you can do all these drills, all these first touch drills, if you're by yourself with a wall. Like you're going to see here soon, I'm going to go into a squash court, and I'm going to work on a whole bunch of stuff with the wall. And if you guys can have a squash court, a cement wall, a brick wall, a wall ball court, like it doesn't matter. Or if it's in like anything, you can improve this. All you just need is just to kick the ball at the wall and have it come straight back at you, and you can do these same drills. So anyway, I'm doing it now all with the left foot coming through, and then once I finished with the right foot and the left foot, I called that one set, and then I supersetted it with crosses into the net. Surprise, surprise, I'm working on crosses. So after this, I went to the net and I just worked on hitting the same spot of the net over and over again. And you can see I'm showing you the entire 10 crosses that I took. And it looks better than yesterday. I think it looks better than yesterday. They're much more accurate, but still there's work to be done. So I'm just working on it. And then after I did 10 crosses with the right foot, I went to the same thing, 10 crosses with the left foot. And after 10 crosses with the left foot, trying to aim for that same spot in the net, I went back and did that same octagon drill, and I did 3 sets of each, supersetting them. And then this was a really, really killer workout, but it was great.
Finished the weightlifting session, and then I did a little first touch session with my dad up in the gym for 1 hour. You guys just saw that. But then he went to go work out, and I want to do a little bit more touches. I want to get more touches in. So I came down to the squash court. I'm about to do a whole bunch of just hitting off the wall and then just working on the first touch movements, nothing specific, but just be here for 30 minutes. I've only been in here for like 20 minutes and I'm absolutely dead. So back home right now, showered, I ate lunch, same lunch as always. It's my meal plan. I had the roast beef sandwich with avocado, light mayonnaise, and then a 3-egg omelet with spinach. So that was my lunch. But anyway, right now I'm about to edit some stuff. I'm about to answer emails. I'm about to do all the work. But before I do that, I want to really go through my goals, what my goals are for this program, what my goals are in like testing and everything. So first off, my number 1 goal is to improve as a soccer player. I think being the type of player that I am, I think physically and I think speed-wise and I think athletically and mentally and defensively, I'm there. And I think I'm ready to move on to the next level there. However, I think that like my first touch, sometimes my crossing, stuff like that needs work. So my number 1 goal is to work on the actual skills of the game. I want to become a better soccer player just in general. It is hard to test a direct improvement with soccer because it's like, okay, is my dribbling getting better? How do you test that? How do you know that for sure? It's not as clear cut as like getting faster or getting stronger. So even though all the goals that you're about to see are mainly focused on the athletics, it's just because it's easier to track. My main goals are really about improving as a soccer player. So again, before I go to the goals, I just want to say that I do read all you guys' comments. I read every one. I can't respond to everybody because I get like 300 a day. But what I try to do is I try to like get themes. If people are asking the same questions over and over again, then I want to address that. One of the biggest questions I get is about defense, how to do it, my tips, and what drills to do. And honestly, the number 1 thing about defense isn't really something like that you can do it individually. You can't train defense individually. You can get faster, you can get stronger, you can get more athletic and explosive to guard people, but the only really clear-cut way to get better at defense is by guarding somebody who's better than you and have them come at you 1v1 over and over again. But even then, that just works on the 1v1 side of defense. There's so many more aspects of defense, team play, talking, communication, where you should be. And there's a great article from Jerome Boateng. He talks about his defensive mindset in games. And so it's in the description. Just read that. I want you guys to read that. And I think it's just a terrific learning tool from one of the best defenders in the world. As for tips for defense, my number 1 tip, and the tip that has really resonated the most with me and what I've learned the most from, is to be patient. You watch all these games from kids and they're running into tackles and they're just kind of running in there, just very obviously they're not waiting, they're not being patient at all. And even though that might work now when the players aren't that good, the higher you progress, the easier it is for an attacker to get by you. At the collegiate, professional, and the higher up you go, the attackers are better and better. Now when I'm at the wing and I have the ball and I'm attacking, if that defender starts running at me, it's the easiest thing in the world. It's perfect for me. If he lunges in, I'm around him. But if he's staying back and he's patient and waiting for me to mess up, the attacker to mess up before he lunges in, that's very, very hard. So my defensive mentality is literally sit back and wait. I'm gonna wait and wait and wait and just delay and make that attacker try to take me on. I'm gonna make him make the mistake. And as soon as he does a big touch, as soon as he loses a little bit of the ball, as soon as he picks his head up, then I'm attacking when I'm 100% sure I'm gonna win the ball. If I'm not 100% sure that I'm gonna win that ball, I don't go into the tackle. Anyway, now I'm gonna talk about my goals for the program. So this entry is called baseline. And basically, it has all the stuff that I've tested: my bench, squat, deadlift, 30-meter dash, 40-yard dash, broad jump, crosses, body weight, and body fat. And then here are the goals. So I'm gonna do on the 1st of December, I want to be doing all this. So this is just like a 20-pound increase in bench, a 30-pound increase in squat, 20-pound increase in deadlift. I wanna get slightly faster, like I'm hoping 0.04 seconds faster. I wanna get back to my fastest I've ever been at 4.65. I want to just do 2 inches better on the broad jump. I want to do slightly better on my crossing accuracies. I want to gain about 5 pounds, and I want to stay the relatively same body fat. Again, I know I'm not 3% body fat, but I'm just sticking to what that in-body composition test said. I then have the actual 12/1 date. So come December 1st, I'm going to test all this stuff again. I'm going to see how I'm doing. If I'm starting to go in the wrong direction, I have to do something. If I'm going in the right direction, I'm good. I do the same exact thing for January 1st and for February 1st, the goals and the actual, but I'm not gonna write down my goals until I see how I do in December. All right guys, so that's it. So I hope you kind of see what I'm talking about, what my goals are for the plan. I hope that little defense spiel helped you guys out, but other than that, I'm done. I'm gonna just edit this video for the rest of the day. It's been taking me, doing a video every day is so difficult. I spend hours and hours doing this. And so I think I can make it through this week, but this is gonna be probably the busiest week of my life. So I'm gonna do this editing. I'm gonna get this all together for you guys and then get it all ready to post for tomorrow morning, eat a quick dinner, and then go to bed super early, like 8 or 9, so I can get a good amount of sleep so I can wake up early. So that's it for the video. Thank you for liking it. Thank you for leaving comments, and thank you for subscribing. It really does mean a ton to me. Peace out. I can fly.